To support the show, visit us at patreon.com/retroam. Get early access, bonus episodes, and access to our growing collection of premium podcasts, where we cover other JRPGs like Terranigma, Parasite Eve, and Star Ocean.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Chris.
How are we feeling about the length of this podcast? Final Fantasy VIII. Like, how many? Like, at first it was like, this is going to be 80. Then it was like, no, it's going to be about 40. But now I'm thinking it's going to be 50.
6 episodes ago, I was convinced it'd be about 39, 40, like Chrono Cross.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, even though Disc 4, I don't know how, I know there's not much to it, but I don't know how dense what's on there is. And I don't know that Final Fantasy VIII is especially lore rich or lore deep, but a lot of things happen that require discussion and examination and speculation. And as the game starts to resolve some of those answers, the speculation will decrease a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm still thinking, right now, this is what, 28?
This is episode 28, yes.
I'm thinking it goes past 40, but I don't think it goes past 50.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Just curious, just wanted to put that out there. Would you like to hear some hot sounds that I've recorded?
I'd love to.
Okay, let's record some more hot sounds. Mark.
Shepherd.
Welcome to Retrograde Amnesia, a comprehensive podcast where we discuss classic JRPGs chapter by chapter, beat by beat. This season, it's the 3rd season. We're covering Final Fantasy VIII. We're on Disc 2. My name's Chris. I'm joined by my Disc 2, Eric.
I'm your Disc 2, buddy. We're in the same case, same side, pressing up against each other. Instruction book's back there too.
Yeah.
Feels nice.
Yeah, it does. Where's Disc 3 at? I don't know.
We're also back with Disc 4.
We're also joined by the RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us record live. You too can join the conversation at patreon.com/retroam. Thank you, patrons, for your support and pledges and everything. When we set up a Patreon, I was like, oh, man, it might be cool if we get like 10 people, and we have like almost 200 now. So, wow, it's great. It's amazing. It fucking knocks me on my socks every day. I look up. Thank you
Chris
so much.
said we first started doing this, he was like, you want to do a Patreon? I'm like, are you fucking... Nobody...
Trust the vision.
Yeah, all right.
Trust the fake net.
What?
We are also joined by the fake net, our post-production AI companion, and someone who Sam Porter Bridges traded with in Death Stranding.
Initializing fake net.
He sold me all of his piss and blood grenades because I cannot make my own piss or blood.
You know what that game does well, Chris? Death Stranding. It does a lot of things well, but it's some. Have you ever been really fucking dirty from doing shit outside or like falling in mud?
Yeah.
Or being a child?
Yeah, like mulching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you take a shower.
Yeah.
And then you feel nice.
Yeah.
That game does that real nice.
Oh, good. Great. Well, thank you, Eric, and thanks, FakeNet.
I remain clean.
I'm not saying the fake net was dirty. I'm saying that Never mind.
Vod W said the real net for Final Fantasy VIII should be called the hot dog line. We only do that for our Patreon series, so I'm looking forward to see what,
What's in the hot dog line?
What's in the hot dog line today?
That's really good.
That's good. Okay. So we got some more optional content to do today.
Yes, we're going to go mop some stuff up with our big garden boat.
Our big boy garden boat, and learn some more about Laguna, actually, because it feels like all the side quests that we've attempted so far has something to do with him. And
a man who changed the world.
I welcome it. In fact, if this game was full of side content that gave you more information about Laguna along the way, I would be very happy.
Would you like to know more?
I would like to know more.
We're going to Winhill.
Yes, let's go.
It's on the southern end, because we knew where we've been to Winhill, but we didn't know where the hell it was.
Right.
It's on the southern end of the central continent. It's nearest to Desert Prison, and it can actually be seen on, like, you can actually see the Desert Prison from the southern edge, which is a hell of a view from Winhill.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you check your status screen, you're at, like, Winhill is located in Sintra.
Yes.
Like, this is where this is. So it's not part of Galbadia. This is, like, near the Sintra ruins. So it makes sense when Laguna fell off the cliff that he would wind up here.
Yeah. If you try to play people in cards here, they use Sintra region rules.
Yes. Before I entered the town, I had a strange occurrence.
Oh, what'd you see, Chris?
I was screwing around outside the town, seeing what bad guys were there. It was mostly the same stuff, but I also discovered a UFO carrying a cow.
Yeah. It flies by. And then the battle ends. You don't fight it,
Yeah, that's a fun touch. That's a nice little thing they threw in there. Does that have any payoff?
Yes.
Okay.
You can do this 3 more times. It is part of a quest. There are 3 or 4 encounters in this game. We'll get to them. I don't think you can do it until you get... It's not a spoiler to say you get a fucking airship in a Final Fantasy game.
No. Okay.
So it's funny. You didn't find anything else weird out here?
I think I ran into a visage.
Okay.
The face hand guy.
Yes. I fought his hands called Lefty and Righty.
Oh, I didn't notice the name. I should have scanned them. Shit.
Well, it's funny you mentioned scan because you know what they did?
Scanned you?
They scanned me.
Whoa.
They scanned Squall and it said, uses a sword called a gunblade. Specialist skill is Renzo Kukin. Using the gunblade, silent and a bit cold.
That's incredible.
And it was rotating him and like like it is when you scan people. It was like, what the fuck is...
Wow.
I want to know what the rest of our crew is scanned as.
Yeah. Well, let's figure that out sometime. Or it might just default to Squall. Like, are there ever any moments when you don't have Squall in your party?
Yeah, we were at Irvine earlier, but
I mean, like, where you can be roaming.
As far... I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll need to... FakeNet, don't tell us what they are, but can the rest of our party be scanned?
Initializing FakeNet.
Yes, you can scan your own party members. You can't rotate Selfie, however, presumably because she is wearing a skirt. Pervert.
So then we go in. You can actually enter this town from 2 separate places. Where did you enter from?
I entered from the bottom.
I entered from the top.
Oh, cool. Well, what do you want to do first?
Fisherman's Horizon's playing. I know that.
Yeah, that's true. Winhill doesn't get its own music, but that's okay because this is a great song.
So I'm in the courtyard, the big courtyard for Winhill. A girl in a gray dress appears to be skipping or playing hopscotch.
Yeah, there's a couple of kids here playing, right?
Yes, an even smaller girl is holding a stuffed bunny rabbit, and it's telling her to stop doing this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the girl who's playing hopscotch, I think they're like leaving her behind or something.
Okay, I didn't catch that.
Someone in yellow says they've never seen us here before and asks if we want to buy flowers. So it's good the flower economy 17 years later is still pumping.
Yeah, this place is still pumping out flowers. I don't know who's buying them because it's hard to get here.
No one salted the earth.
Yes.
There's a guy on a bench.
There's a man sitting on a bench talking about how they used to not let outsiders in, but it's been fine since they hired those kids to guard the place.
Yeah.
We'll see them later.
Before them, kids couldn't even play outside. Where's fucking Laguna, Chris?
Oh, Laguna's not here.
Yeah, but I mean, do these kids kill bugs better than Laguna does?
Well, I mean, they're only bugs.
Do you think this place didn't require such draconian protection after Alone left? It's just like, oh, thank God that's gone. We don't have to worry about...
Oh, maybe she's attracts monsters?
Right. Or monsters or...
Sorceress?
Yeah.
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 A sorceress thing? Yeah. This dude also mentions that there was a man named Laguna that they let live here for a while, but eventually he caused some sort of disaster. Now, I immediately want to know what this fucking disaster is.
Right.
Because I'm really interested to see what happened, because I honestly don't remember.
He says that's why the old folks are really cautious with outsiders.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Did you go to Alone's house?
Sure, I did.
Me too. You walk in, it's brighter, it's older, it's shittier, it's emptier.
Yeah.
The staircase appears to be riddled with bullet holes or maybe pictures that were ripped off the wall.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
There's no picture frame or picture on the chest of drawers, prompting Squall to wonder who took it. Because remember, Squall's been here, sort of.
Yeah.
The save point, bed, and piano remain upstairs.
The hidden Kiraga draw point is here, and it's not a rechargeable one, so if you got it with Laguna...
17 years ago,
it's gone. Yeah.
Something pink is on the ground, and it looks like an item, but it cannot be interacted with. I wonder what that is.
Yeah, it's like an asset of some sort. Fucking Tomberry dropped it here. The Tomberry King.
Next, I went into the mansion, which we couldn't go in the first time we were here.
No.
There's an entryway. It has a dueling staircase, a centerpiece of flowers, and reflections of the stained glass windows on the floor. And there's also 3 people here. The person on the right is staring at a painting, and they say their husband is very upset by the fact their vase. Their vase. Are you a vase or vase guy?
I'm usually a vase guy.
Me too. Let's go with vase.
I respect the vase, but you know.
The vase is missing, and they say, a ghost? Oh my, please, there's no such thing, is there? Come to think of it, I've noticed some strange things lately, like stuff in the house being rearranged by itself. Perhaps it's because of an earthquake where we were still asleep.
Then you go speak with the husband, right, who's standing at the top of the stairs?
Uh-huh.
He's very distressed about this vase, despite living lavishly in this giant mansion in the middle of a working class town.
What are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know. Then there's also a suit of armor here.
Yeah.
Who is the third person, I guess you were referring to? I didn't see another person.
Yeah, well, it's when I said person, like you can tell it's polygons and the rest is pre-rendered. So it is, to me, it's a person to me, Chris.
Yes.
But anyway, this man does believe it's a ghost upstairs.
Yes.
So they're opposed.
So speak with the suit of armor now?
Yeah, apparently Kistis or Irvine has to be in your party for this next part to work.
That's correct.
Okay, so yeah, speak with the armor. It talks.
Yeah.
Says, I'm looking for my feet.
Yes. And I had Renoa and Irvine with me here, and Renoa starts laughing, and then Squall turns around to Irvine and tells him to stop joking around.
Yeah.
And Irvine uses his signature, hey, hey, hey. I didn't say anything. His McConaughey. No, that's all right. Not hey, hey,
Same
hey.
thing, same cadence.
Yeah, okay. If we try to walk away, the suit of armor falls down, and a tiny chocobo, a.k.a. chicabo, which I don't remember these things being called chicabos, runs away.
It's Skeeter's out of here.
Now, you can totally fuck this up, by the way.
How?
Because the chocobo or the chicabo drops a leaf-like object that you can use to pick up the vase piece.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking see the thing.
Neither did I.
And I left.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't make that happen again. And maybe you can go back in and pick it up off the ground.
That's what I did. Like, because I got every... what you're getting about to unfold is a go find the pieces quest. And I got every piece but this because I didn't know it was there. And I picked it up at the very end.
Oh, okay. So I just reloaded my save because I thought I couldn't get it. Well, I thought I was supposed to automatically get it after the suit fell apart. But anyway, these fucking chocobos are up to no good. Also, chocobos are in Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes. We saw like their damage and their warning sign earlier.
Yeah, but we didn't. That was 17 years ago. We don't know if they were extinct or not. So
I went to Rain's bar next. It appears to look older and shittier. Maybe.
Yeah, it may be a little bit of a layer of dust or something. Maybe.
I go upstairs. A woman who looks just like Rain is there. She starts to walk toward our party, but passes through a shadow and comes out the other side looking completely different.
Yes.
She now has a black shirt and extremely blonde hair. She says, "Hey, who do you think you are barging into my house like this?"
Yes, this is a Final Fantasy game.
It's a JRPG. Do you got any pots I can smash?
Yes, of course.
She walks over to a window and opens it. A flood of light comes in, brightening the screen significantly. There's a Siamese cat asleep on the couch. I walk over and speak to the lady, but she continues, "I thought I told you. What's with you? Do I remind you of someone? I'm not her ghost or anything, all right? Then again, there are spirits lurking within these walls."
Did she say there's spirits within these walls?
Lurking within, spirits within, Chris.
Wow.
One's Steve Buscemi, the other's Alec Baldwin.
Do you think Sakaguchi popped back in?
He's like, plug the fucking movie. Sublime like the Tyler Durden frames in Fight Club. Scared you there for a sec, huh? Well, it's true. Often I would sit in this room quietly and all of a sudden sense a mysterious fragrance in the air. There are white flowers downstairs. Can you sense their fragrance? So I looked up on the bookshelf above the closet, and there's a stuffed rabbit like the one the girl outside is holding.
Oh, okay.
That's where those toys came from. Did you speak to the cat?
I did not speak to this cat.
I talked to the cat. It stretches and then says,
"Don't bother the madam."
Really? The cat fucking speaks.
With 3 E's like it's Chrono Cross, like he has a dialect.
Oh, cool. Thanks, Richard.
Our whole party turns around and faces the camera, and the cat says,
"Well, that's wrong. Cats can talk too."
And that's it?
That's it.
That's the end of that side quest.
So what is happening here? Is this a ghost? Are we actually seeing? I mean, there's more. Let's go ahead and finish. Did you walk downstairs?
I did walk down the stairs.
Did you smell the flowers on the table?
Well, I couldn't find the fucking flowers because I didn't know what the flowers were. They don't look like flowers.
No, they don't.
But they are there. I had to go to the fucking wiki to find out where they were.
I had to watch a video.
Why? Why did we have to do this? We sniff the flowers.
Hell yeah.
And suddenly we notice an apparition behind the bar. It's Rain.
Rain.
She rises up.
Yes.
Just like us gamers.
Like Snoop Dogg wanting to get high. And
good scene.
It is. And it's actually just a cat. Like she fades away, right?
She animorphs.
Yes, she animorphs into a cat, and we can go and chill with the cat, hang out with the cat, and the cat will give us a vase piece.
Okay.
It's hard to interact with the case.
Yeah.
The cat, yeah.
This is it's bad all around. What the fuck is happening? Because like the mansion ghost thing was like a red herring. We're like, oh, it's not a ghost, it's a chickabo. Yeah. I don't see how you can make a chickabo do this because the lady upstairs is weird. Right?
Yeah. I would say that this is a side effect of whatever Alone did to us.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
So this stuff is kind of burned into our psyches.
Is this the first place we've been as Squall, as Laguna? Well, I guess we were in,
we're in Delling City, but I mean,
other people inhabit that. God knows Maybe nothing's been here since Rain left. We don't happen to Rain yet, do we?
We don't what?
We don't know what happened to Rain yet, right?
No, we
like
don't, no.
Alone got.
We will find out in this village.
Okay. I forgot.
Yeah.
So I leave and head south. I approach the flower shop. An older woman in a red dress takes note of my presence. She then steps inside the shop and shuts the door. I go in, which is, if someone actively avoids you and goes in their house, you don't go in their house.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, this is a store though, so maybe she's like, "Oh, I have a customer. I'm going to go inside and sit behind the counter."
I can't smoke anymore.
Yeah.
She's sitting in a chair with her hands folded, staring down at the ground. She says, "How are you today? Magnificent weather, isn't it? Are you here to visit an acquaintance? What do you think of our village? It's a very small and boring place, isn't it?" Chris, she asked us 1, 2, 3, 4 questions. How many do we answer?
I think none.
0. I walk around and mash buttons on flowers. The woman speaks again, saying, "Do you like flowers?" I tell her yes.
I love flowers. I fear nothing.
I smell them. "Those white ones are really beautiful, aren't they? A woman named Rain gave them to me. They bloom beautifully every year. It's unfortunate that she's no longer with us. If only she stayed away from that outsider. Nobody understood flowers as well as Rain." So, no longer with us usually means she dead, but it could means no longer in this village.
But also no longer with us, plus what we know that there was a disaster.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit, yeah.
She probably died.
Fuck, yeah, that could be. I mean, I thought abduction of alone would be enough for disaster status, but murder and abduction would be even worse, and getting thrown off another cliff would be quite a bit.
Yeah.
So you get a vase piece?
Yeah, if you speak with the flowers again, I think you get a vase piece. Yeah.
She says, "Flowers bloom over and over. I wonder if people do the same." What's that mean?
Evolve into a Moomba.
Okay. I didn't know if you could like make mistakes and redeem yourself.
That might be a better read there. Yeah.
Rather than Moomba lore is spread throughout the region like card rules. Chocobo Crossing. It's new music.
Yeah, it's what's it called?
Odeka de Chocobo?
Yeah, it's kind of
it's a ditty.
A ditty, a little retro kind of feeling tune here. Yeah. And if you hang out here long enough, by long enough I mean like 10 seconds.
Yeah, 10 to 15 seconds.
A little tiny chocobo will come running across the crossing there, and if you bop it, you'll get items, and the first bop will net you a vase piece.
Mm-hmm. I like how you said crossing, like it's not a fence that was busted down and it's even shittier than it was the previous time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So what do you get the second time?
I got some Gestalt greens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a Phoenix down.
Oh.
The guide says this is actually a mislabeled Phoenix pinion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like it says Phoenix down, but if you check your inventory, it'll be at 2 Phoenix pinions.
Oh,
now.
damn.
Did you pop it a third time?
Mm-mm.
You didn't hit the chocobo a third time?
Mm.
If you do that, a full-blown chocobo runs through and shrucks Squall.
Oh, shit.
Is that it? Him. Yeah, that's it.
Good. Great.
Then I go south, house on the left. There's a lady. She says, "I've never seen you kids around here before. What brings you here?" "I love flowers. I'm sure you'll enjoy your stay here." That's all we have. Not many youngsters come here or stay here. They're all outside chasing their big dreams. Chris, this is the opposite of the Moomba Village.
Yeah.
You can leave and do whatever you want. There's a guy in the back.
So I don't know how this plays in other countries, but it's like small town America where most people leave and it's mostly populated by
diehards
and older people.
Townies.
Yeah.
Man in the back says, "There used to be a flower shop in the town square. It was owned by a woman named Rain. She lived there with a little girl named Alone. Rain was so good with flowers. She made wreaths for our harvest festivals. Her wreaths of white flowers were the most beautiful. We'll never see wreaths like that again. Alone was also adorable, wearing those wreaths over her head and prancing around like an angel. How long has it been since Rain passed away?"
Oh, she's dead.
She's dead.
She's dead.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah, I wonder if this whole flower thing is going to be a kind of a thematic like hat tip later in the game. You know, like just the fact that Rain.
I mean,
because we're building towards something with Rain, right?
We are, but like also Final Fantasy Flower Girl is now a trope.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially when they die.
Yeah. Haven't we seen cherry petals or flower fields or something in the intro?
Yeah. I don't know if they were yellow flowers, and then when like swords would swipe, there'd be black feathers and sometimes cherry petals.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can't really read too much into that because cherry petals are kind of ubiquitous a lot of times in Japanese media, but I thought that was interesting because rain is obviously important to the story somehow, because if Laguna is important to the story, then the fate of rain will have something to do with whatever caused Laguna to set out, because Laguna at some point set out to go rescue Alone, because Alone was in Ishtar, right?
Yeah.
So
yes, yeah, that's right.
So that's what we've learned at this point, which all that's very interesting, and I'm assuming that you'll learn all this stuff throughout the course of the main story. But having that stuff seeded now, I think is really effective.
Then I went to the old church on the right. The map of our Earth inside is gone.
Yeah, they fixed it, I guess. Thanks.
That does make it even more of a curious artifact that it was something. Maybe they thought it was, I don't know. I can't even speculate. The lady sitting down at the table here says it's a slow afternoon, but the day goes by fast if you just sit around. I disagree.
I thought this might have been like a way to sit at the table and pass the time for some reason. Like go to nighttime
Day
or
and
something.
night cycle.
But it didn't do anything. I tried.
It says flower restaurant above the bar. Did it always say that?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Right outside. Who's standing here?
The two seed soldiers.
Two fully dressed seeds.
Yeah.
One,
two dopes.
Yeah. Two dipshits.
They say they were hired by Winhill as bouncers. Squall explains that we're actually seed here. So
he said not as bouncers, we're mercenaries, and we've graduated from Garden.
Yeah.
They seem confused. We're also Garden students.
Yeah.
And they say, ha ha ha, we explain we're seeds. Like, that makes you our junior. Keep up the good work. Ha ha. And the other guy says, listen, that's what he says, but actually we didn't graduate. We kind of quit. We're dropouts, but protecting a small town like this is actually a good choice for us. Is it?
I mean, it seems like it wasn't for Laguna.
Yeah, good point.
But if these guys aren't effective soldiers, I mean, I would say yes, it is, because they're not going to have to go fight a fucking sorceress. Because if you're in seed, that's your destiny. That's your job.
Just hang out in Winhill.
If you speak to him again, he'll tell us that there used to be some sort of undercover figure who helped out this town. The dude wonders if he was the protector of that had some sort of sentimental attachment to Winhill. So I'm not sure. Undercover figure that helps out this town.
It had to be Laguna. Like, who the fuck?
I feel like that he was speaking in present tense, although it seems like it's making a reference to past tense of Laguna helping out this town. Unless like Kyros is around or somebody. I don't know.
That's a good question.
So I want to play these guys in cards because they're assholes.
Yeah, of course.
They have fucked rules here.
Yeah, Centra region rules. I'm glad you picked those up to spread them.
Sudden death, which I just spread here. Random is also here. Same/plus and diff, of course. So I decide not to play. Because I don't want to fucking lose my cards if I get a bad draw on random. But
play with 5 bite bugs.
But as soon as I cancel the match, the random rule is abolished and it's fucking on. And I play these guys, but they don't have anything. It's not. There's no real card. Like, despite these being two like optional places that you would think would have a lot of rewards and whatnot, there's no good cards here in Shumi or in Winhill, despite their relative remoteness.
It's funny. I feel like this game has way too many cards, but also not enough to support places like this.
Yeah.
Did you go to the item shop?
Like, this would be a good place for the good place for the Laguna card.
The Laguna card.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I have Kyros already, but that's just because the queen just made it.
Yeah. Where next?
Item shop.
Item shop.
Item shop. Buy me candy.
They say, remember, this is the place that was like fucking with Laguna?
Yeah, they were not thrilled with Laguna being here.
You walk up and it says, you a customer or just looking to play?
Oh yeah, they play cards.
You're a customer, you can buy stuff, and then play. It's a game, of course, Chris. Triple triad.
Yes.
And then nothing, you can leave. So I took the alternate path back. Did you do that?
Yes. This is a lot different. They've restored some of the areas.
They've repaired the kind of hairpin turn that someone Sega rallied around and crashed a truck.
Yeah.
Someone in green on like a new dock is sunbathing under a blue and white umbrella. And there's a guy walking back and forth near a small shack, complete with 2 cars parked out back. He yells for us to watch our step and watch where you're going. The flowers are beautiful, but don't get distracted by them. Which I'm sure if you look hard enough, that's a metaphor for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do anything else before you went back to the mansion?
I took the pieces back to the mansion, and
The armor's upright.
you just give the guy the vase, and he gives you Holy Stone, right? Like
Basically,
there's really no dialogue or additional information about Rain and Laguna and stuff.
Pretty mailed-in quest.
I was kind of hoping that we were going to get some sort of resolution to the
Rain's
ghost stuff.
pendant.
Yeah.
Have this.
Yeah, but
The
no.
ghost said you needed it.
Yeah. Holy Stone, which
What's that do?
it cast holy, I think.
Figment, is that true?
Initializing fake net.
Crisp is correct. A holy stone casts holy in battle.
I looked it up thinking I would remember it, and I don't.
Mm-mm.
Didn't write it down.
Thank God for me.
That's all for Winhill, right?
Yes.
Okay, so where to next, Eric?
I want to stop by Timber, do some Yggdrasil in there.
Okay, let's do some Yggdrasil and play the music.
Walk into Timber. Okay, now play martial law.
Okay, thanks.
I get here and there's a cat on the guard's head.
So martial law still plays here?
Yes.
So this place is still not under martial law anymore, but Timber doesn't have its own music.
Yeah. I mean, Uematsu ain't cheap, dude.
Yeah, that's true.
Although there are a lot of songs in this game that just play once. Anyway, there's a cat on the guard's head. He says not to panic and to handle this like a pro. The other guy says his daughter loves cats, but he doesn't know about this one, Chris. You ever had a cat on your head?
Yeah.
How'd that feel?
I have. Dangerous?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Claws will rip your ass up, dude.
Yeah.
So I stay in the hotel, finally, since we can now. It only has 2 beds and a wooden bench with an ashtray in the front of it. Parasite Eve ashtray count.
The Parasite Eve ashtray count.
Null. Void. Incorrect series.
The Forest Owl's helper lady tells us to help our parents out when we can. And are Zell and Renoa the only one with parents?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So the cat on the bed upstairs at the Forest Owl lady house is much bigger now because it's gotten fat.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Also, I don't think I wrote this down, but maybe we forgot this earlier. When I was in the hotel in Timber, there was a train that came by with news items, like a toy train that went back, with a marquee of what was going on with the news, like
Oh no.
similar to the broadcast thing in Fisherman's Horizon.
I mean, we had the train, and there was a lady there talking about it, and then we had a little conversation where we talked about how much better it was than Renault's dumbass looking train or whatever,
Yeah.
but we never actually got any information off of it. It's like a fucking Mr. Rogers situation.
Yeah. Fuck. So at some point, I'm walking along, and there's the bench above the entrance to one of the stations, and Jane is sitting there, Chris. Do you know Jane?
Jane?
Her name's
No.
Jane. She's a named character.
I don't know Jane.
She's talking about how she used to get fired up when she was younger, but she mellowed out when she turned, guess how old, Chris?
19?
20.
Oh, okay.
Bob is lying his head in her lap, and he says, but you were just as attractive when you used to beat me up.
Okay.
I walk down the tunnel. I come out the other side, and there's a kid in a blue vest on the train tracks. A person up top in a hoodie tells them to hurry because a train is coming. The kid says eek and keeps wiping their face. I walk up to this kid. The train is audible and the screen fades to white. When it comes back, we're in a 3-bed hotel room, which isn't the one we just were in because it had 2 beds.
Okay.
Have we just abducted this child?
Maybe. Are we at the hospital?
Does Timber have a hospital?
Probably not.
They thank us for our help, then run off. Oh, the entire back wall, this is where I found the model train. The model train screen is filled with white and green flashing lights. It delivers a news bulletin. Timber News saying that a young girl was saved from a train by a young man in the nick of time.
Oh, congrats.
I exit the room and I'm back at the hotel, which I also exit. I'm at the pet shop. Georgie is lost again.
Oh.
The kid's cat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
so-
it's his dog, right?
Sure.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
a
remember.
dog.
A fake net, what's Georgie?
Initializing fake net.
Georgie is a dog.
The TV station, if you go there, it's lit up with glitzy lights, but a security guard is preventing access. We can never go back on TV.
Oh, can we get any new pet pals?
I don't know. I didn't try to actually buy anything at the store.
Oh, we'll check later.
The kid on the bridge where I just helped the girl speculates that she broke up with him because he does dangerous activities.
Oh, like
Play chicken with the train.
smoking.
Smoke. That's all I did there. You know where I went next?
Timber Maniacs.
Delling City.
Oh, okay. Dilling City.
Under
Okay.
her control plays. You know what's changed here?
Very little.
Nothing.
Yeah, I went here too and could not find anything different.
This is kind of one of the peak, like, reveal the machinery behind the machine moments where Delling City is now just stuck in permanent night.
Yeah.
It has no identity beyond what we used it for once. Like, the spell is broken when you walk here.
Yeah, it feels like very few of these towns are going to be used more than once outside of maybe Balamb at this point in time.
I go to Galbadia Garden. You know what's there?
Galbadia, it's not there.
It's not there.
No, it's moved.
Gone.
As I was flying to the central ruins, I saw it hovering in outside of Balamb.
It's over there. You can still go to that train station right by where the students hang out. I go to Dole.
Yeah, Dole.
Dance with the Balamb fish plays. You know what's there?
The Balamb fish.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. It's all the same.
Not a damn thing. Okay.
I rent a car on accident.
I never rented a car, and I guess now that I have a floating boat school, I guess I'm not going to need one.
Then I went to Balamb.
Yeah.
Dude, like Chris said, Galbadia Garden is hovering right outside. Its spinny propulsion halo thing at the bottom is at a 45-degree angle.
Mm-hmm.
How does that's different from our garden, which is at a flat...
That's the...
Is it like the fighting configuration since it's like a battle garden?
Yeah, because they're launching their troops out of the top or whatever. Out of their fucking... they've got those goddamn...
motorcycle launchers?
Well...
the hovercraft?
those hovercraft things that we saw when we first went there. I was about to call them mobile suits, but that's not good. So, we're here. We're in Balamb.
Yeah.
Music's different, though.
It's intruders.
Yeah, because we are the intruders this time.
Shit.
I'm the intruder now. The hotel owner and another lady tell us that they have been forced out by the Galbadian army.
They don't have their daughter.
Yeah. Where's my daughter? Give me back my daughter, you sick fuck.
Give me back my son.
What's that one guy's, what's his name?
Mel Gibson?
Give me back my son!
No, the one that, they made a bunch of movies with,
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson, Jesus. Liam.
The Taken series.
Yeah, Taken, that's what it's called. Okay, that's what I was trying to think of. Okay.
He took Anakin.
There's a big truck in the way, by the way.
Yeah, it's like Galbadia military truck.
Yeah, and there's one Galbadian soldier standing in the way who we can't do anything, can't get past. But if you kind of idle about, because I was chilling in the garage for some reason, I was trying to see if there's anything back there. The Galbadian soldier approaches us and tells us that we look suspicious.
Squall. Oh, so the cop just says you look suspicious just for being yourself, man?
Yeah, the Galbadian soldier is executing his duty as cop by saying, "Don't loiter there. You look like you own a skateboard."
Also,
which is true if you have Zell with your party.
Yeah, he does have a skateboard.
So
the Galbadian soldiers have apparently told them this is only going to be for a few days while they root out all the spies or whatever.
Yeah, well, at least they're not going to burn shit down.
But like, why would you hang out at the beginning? I'm like, they can see their house from here.
Yeah.
Like, where you? I mean, the garden that we could have stayed at is gone now.
Yeah.
Give me room and board, man.
Squall's trying to figure out what's going on, and the soldier asks if we live near here. And I don't live near here. Renoa doesn't live near here. Neither does Irvine. But somebody does. It's Zell, who comes running onto the screen out of nowhere. I guess you already had Zell with you?
I already had him, yeah.
So he comes running into the screen announcing that he lives here.
With capital letters. He said residents should be let in.
Yeah, soldier says we cannot enter, but Zell asks if we know who he's talking to.
Yeah.
And then he starts vibrating.
The "who do you think you're talking to" line always works.
Yes, especially if you vibrate afterwards.
They did say this place is now under sorceress control. Did we say that?
Under her control, yes.
Yeah.
It is. It's not playing, though.
No.
Squall asks if we're allowed to deliver a message, ignoring
Squall's thinking, dude. Leadership skills.
Yes, ignoring the fact that he's the strongest man alive.
Right?
He does, however, play it real fucking cool. And tells the soldier that we have intel on a loan. So he's like, he's
like, that's too bad. We do have a loan information.
Yeah, the soldier can't believe this shit and wants us to tell him everything. Squall says that first we need to see something.
We can do that.
Yeah. Soldier says that if we find anything out, report it to the commander. She is staying at the hotel.
Commander's in red text.
And also is gendered as female, which... What year was this? 1999?
99.
That's a tip off that it's a portrait character or a proper name character.
Yeah.
Because
it wouldn't just be that for no reason.
Yeah. Maybe less so now when their games are more rounded out, but like in this case, yeah, definitely it's somebody we know. We are blessed with Zell in the party now. We have to put Zell in the party.
God bless the Zell.
God bless him. Selfie's break is over. You can put her in here
if you want to.
I brought Renoa though, and now we're inside the town.
Yes, in the first house you can go into.
Yeah. Well, I talk to the soldiers out here first.
Okay.
What
do they say, Chris?
Yeah, well, they're just out here being cops, talking about how there's no loitering and martial law and Galbadian rule and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But if you talk to one soldier a second time, he says, and I assume this is because I have Renault in my party, he says, "Hey, she's pretty cute. You're a lucky guy. You're the
Even the cops are trying to set them up, dude.
You're the most lucky guy here."
These are Galbadian soldiers. Wouldn't they say, "Hey, weren't you up with the sorceress
These fucking idiots.
during the
dude.
speech where the president was murdered?
I understand that we don't have radar technology, but we do have like photography, I think,
Yeah.
or sketch artists.
Didn't you all just escape our secret desert prison?
Yeah.
Aren't there bulletins out for these guys? God.
I don't know what's going on. I went to Zell's house first, but I guess you can go to the other house first, right?
It's real quick.
Okay.
The girl, this is the daughter of the hotel owners. The hotel owners don't live at the hotel, they live at this house.
Yeah.
She's staring out the window and she says that mommy and daddy aren't coming back and she can't take it anymore. The guy in green is here. It's their grandpa.
Yeah, he's like at the bookshelf or something,
Yeah.
packing stuff up maybe?
Yeah, getting stuff ready. He says since her parents are away, he's packing her bag so she can stay next door. I guess his Zell's house.
Yeah.
He's not sure what will become of Balamb. I'm sure the sorceress and Galbadia don't give a rotten hoot
Yeah.
about this here town.
I also like the term rotten hoot.
It's good. Very old man.
Yeah.
Then Zell's house.
Yeah. Let's go to Zell's house. We find Ma. She's in the back room.
He says, Mom, home.
Yeah. Zell announced that we made it here because we have brains, Ma.
Zell's also glad she's safe.
Yes. Ma tells us that the soldiers have threatened to burn down the town should there be any disturbance. Zell asks if the sorceress is here, but Ma says she noticed a woman with gray hair and a patch over her eye.
Who could that be, Chris?
Well, Squall tells us, in case you forgot who it is, it's Fujin, of course, which makes sense because she's the only proper name female character that we've met other than from the opposing force, other than Sorceress Adea. And of course, she's with Cypher. So Zell announces that we will get rid of these jokers.
I love jokers.
Yeah, and of course, Squall. I think Squall maybe does have some sort of... I don't know how to categorize his obsession, but he has some sort of connection with Cypher. He wonders if Cypher could be here. And
He's a score to settle.
yeah, as mentioned, he's winning.
Yeah.
But although, does Cypher like torturing Squall count as a...
I think so, because
Okay.
he kicked him so hard he flipped him up on his bed, right?
Yeah, okay, so
That's not a lifetime scar, but that's a humiliation, right?
that's true. Other folks are here too.
Yeah.
Mother of Big Bad Rascal is here, and she's thankful that we can stay there. That Ma's letting them stay there. She tells Zell to be careful, but says maybe one sock in the nose might be good.
She takes a swing right in front of his face.
Yeah, Zell is literally taken aback.
I think that's funny because just before Ma Dinched said for Zell to control himself, it's not like he'll be able to resolve things by fighting. And now the Big Bad Rascal's mother is implicitly saying fighting
He said, Mom, have you seen how many Ultimas that have junction to my fists?
right now.
Let's see this. Also of note, Big Bad Rascal is here.
Yeah.
He has been practicing one of his special moves, I think a super hyper kick?
Yeah. Hiya, super miracle kick.
Miracle kick.
Miracle kick.
Excuse me, yeah.
He says not to worry, it's a special move, but he'll only use it if he has to.
And if you speak with him again, he will run off as if he's going to beat some ass.
Yes, he runs away. His mother then stomps her foot and says she told the boy to go wait inside. She asks Zell to drag her son back here if he sees him, and she does say please.
Oh, thanks.
Back on the street, girl in yellow says nothing. The soldier here says they have no idea how they're supposed to find Alone if they only have a name. And the other one says she'll turn up as she won't be able to run from the sorceress Adea. Then the world, according to Adea, will begin, along with our Galbadian rules. So Alone is again, somehow, even though she escaped, they need her to be a piece of a puzzle.
Yes.
Or something.
Part of a scenario. A lance of some sort.
Hotel Street? The street in front of the hotel?
Yeah, outside the hotel, yeah.
A soldier asks what we want. Squall mentions Alone. They think about it. Then one says they'll get a salary cut if they let us through without confirmation. Quote, in this army, your salary gets cut based on how the boss is feeling. I guess it goes with the territory when you can't choose your own boss. That's how most jobs work.
Yeah, that's true. Also, there was some foreshadowing for that with Biggs and Wedge.
Yeah,
I think.
It's a good point. They're all at the whims.
What a fucking clown show.
Zell screams that he has top secret info and demands they bring the commander out of here. Soldier thinks that's suspicious. They tell us to have some respect for the captain, though, who's currently out on patrol.
Patrol.
We need to find the captain and talk to him.
Is captain in yellow text yet?
It was red text earlier.
No, commander is in red text.
I see what you mean.
Captain
Yeah.
is in yellow text, I think.
Good point.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. McDonald's colors.
Yes, great. Yeah.
One pedestrian tells Zell to do something about these soldiers. The other says there is a reward for information about Alone. He assumes Balamb won't be liberated until they find this girl, and he says, maybe I should help look for Alone. The lady next to him screams, telling him don't be stupid and don't side with the enemy. Did you go to the harbor?
I did.
Galbadian trucks are out here.
Yeah, there's a dude working on the truck out here that recognizes Zell and asks him to avenge the boss.
Yeah. He broke the boss's arm.
Avenge the fallen. Those Galbadian soldiers broke his arm. All he did was ask a question. There are also two folks over there on the left side who are discussing the whereabouts of the captain. One of them thinks the captain could be somewhere inconspicuous, maybe taking a nap.
That's a hint. The captain's fucking off.
Yeah, the other person is trying to get intel on a loan. He thinks that they ought to get a substitute for a loan.
Yeah.
And then he goes to sacrifice. Whoo boy, what am I thinking? Which is a great realization that you're thinking about sacrificing somebody.
So the assistant about his boss's arm, did you talk to him again?
No.
He talks about setting a bomb in a car.
Oh, well, that's not
But
good.
then decides he can't use skills the boss taught him for violence.
Oh, okay.
Chris, this is exactly when you use those kind of skills.
Yeah, also, how have you learned the skill to make a car bomb, and it not be used for violence?
Your engine is a car bomb.
Well,
There's a small combustion going in to make the car go fast.
Okay,
So
sure.
I'm sure you can use similar explosive liquid gasoline technology.
Did you go further back in the dock?
Yeah, so I didn't do it now, but it's the first time I knew you could do that.
I went back there, and there's a dog and a soldier. The soldier said he's supposed to use this dog to search for a loan.
Yeah, what they're setting up now is there's 3 ways to find the captain.
Yes. And also there is the other guy. There's another guy that's just like fucking, he looks like he's scrubbing the floor with a toothbrush, but I think he's just looking for clues. He says that all he does all day is crouch and look for clues.
Me too, buddy.
It's
called taking notes on an RPG.
Yeah. One of them also says that the captain was fishing and just caught some fish and ran off because he was excited. He wanted to eat the fish right away. So we have several clues about the captain's whereabouts. He's either taking a nap or eating fish.
Or all of them.
Or all of the above.
So did you do the big bad rascal stuff next? Or at all?
I did do that, but next, who knows? Go ahead.
So if you go back up to the first house, the big bad rascal is inside of it. The one with the girl that missed her parents.
Yes.
He tells the girl not to cry, that he will sneak up on the entrance and check on them. She's like, dude, there's a soldier. And he says he's faster than a speeding bullet and he can outrun anyone. He runs off.
Yeah.
So then you go to the entrance and
wait, hold on. Did you talk to the man packing again here? He gives you a very direct hint about what to do. He tells us that a kid or an animal would know more about hideouts and escape routes, which are two very explicit facts about how to solve a couple of these things here.
That's funny.
So, yeah, back to the entrance. Let's go there with old BBR.
Big Bad Rascal is ducking under the tree on the left, and I talk to the soldier to cause a distraction. The soldier screams about needing authorization to leave town. Like, you can't leave town once you get here, by the way.
Yeah.
And then while the soldier's talking, the Big Bad Rascal signals to the hotel owner, who then walks over to talk to him. And this can all carry out as long as you don't close out of the dialogue box from the soldier.
Yeah.
Which is an interesting time in dialogue box technology.
It is.
The soldier will then walk over and check where the Big Bad Rascal was once you're done talking to him. You go back to the street. Big Bad Rascal says thanks with an X.
Yeah.
He also says next time Zell wants to leave town, he'll take care of everything. I do this. It takes me to the front gate. Then when you come back, you can gaslight the guard and tell him that the guard lets you out.
Yeah, I did that too.
This is where I put Selfie in my party. Back at the first house, Chris, I played the little girl in cards.
Oh, okay.
She says these cards belong to her daddy.
Oh.
But she can play with them with us for a little while. Chris, she has the Guardian Force Pandemona. I take it from her.
Oh, shit.
Thanks, kid.
Did I miss this?
No.
Okay.
Although she has her dad's cards now.
So
later on, her dad will have that card.
Got it.
I was manipulating children for rare goods.
Of course.
Did you go back to Zell's house?
Yes, I did go back to Zell's house.
He says we can finally go up to his room since we need a place to sleep and the hotel is closed.
Yep.
Breezy plays and we're up here.
Yeah.
Chris, Zell has 3 massive guns mounted to the wall.
Yes. He also has several punching bags. And his hoverboard thing is here. It is? I
didn't notice that.
Yeah, it's in the corner. It's not on the first scene, but like after when you first walked in, did you get a scene?
I don't know.
I got a scene because I have Renoa with me.
What'd you get?
So we go up there and Renoa is amped. She's like jumping up and down, pumping her fist because we're in Zell's room finally, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. And Renoa asks if the person in the picture is Zell's grandfather.
Because above the guns there's a picture of a man in green.
Yeah, so did you get this?
I got something different.
Okay. Zell says that he looks up to his grandfather the most. He says, quote, he wasn't just strong, he knew when to attack and when to retreat. Any kind of situation, he maintained his composure and stayed cool. Did I mention that Zell's grandfather took part in the Sorceress War? I think he mentioned that as well. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Squall's response to this, of course, is So basically, the opposite of you. And Renoa is like laughing her ass off.
Fuck, dude.
And Zell wants to know why Squall is dissing him. Renoa says that it's probably none of her business, but Squall is being a little too cool.
Yeah.
Zell then laughs and tells Squall that she got him.
Yeah.
Got him. He asks Squall why he doesn't try to have a little bit more passion, like me. And that's it.
God. So before I get to mine, I want to point out that Zell has plants. My guy takes care of plants.
Yeah.
That's a unique personality trait. He says not to touch anything when I get up there. He likes to keep things clean. As he says, like, don't touch anything, Selfie woohoos and jumps on his bed.
Oh.
Zell's like, what did I just say? What are you doing on my bed? Selfie politely stands up and says, well, fine then. I didn't think you were so anal.
Oh.
You should feel honored that a very, very cute girl was on your bed, you know. You should thank me, right, Squall? Squall can say, maybe you're right, or maybe you're annoying him. Siding with Selfie will cost you a seed rank.
What?
So I tell her that she's annoying him. Zell leans against the wall and says she's annoying. Selfie replies, so you are saying I'm an annoying person. Then the rank down sound effect is played. And Selfie says, that's it. Squall and Zell, you're both going down a rank.
Are there any other scenes?
I don't know. I really want to know now, though. Fake Ned, figure that out.
Initializing fake net.
Irvin will say hanging out in a guy's room is not very interesting. Then he sees Zell's rifle collection and goes crazy. Eventually, Zell gives Irvin permission to check his guns out. Then it fades to black and we hear an explosion. Kistis will marvel at the room's cleanliness. She notices Zell's hoverboard and thought it had been confiscated. Zell says he has more than one. Kistis laughs her ass off, then tells Squall a story about how Zell took a turn too hard and rode the hoverboard into the women's restroom.
Oh, that Irvine.
What a jerk.
I do hope that everyone has a unique way to just clown on Zell when they get up there.
And they did.
So how'd you get the captain to spawn?
I ran back to my house, or Zell's house. Well, I'm in Zell's house.
Yes,
so
we're presently there.
There's smoke coming out of the kitchen, by the way. It's kind of hard to notice, but it's there. Zell's mom will say something about a man came in here to wanted to cook his fish quickly. Yeah, and then ran out of here. So
there's like motion and activity behind the scenes in chronological order.
Yeah,
because you heard about a man catching fish.
Yeah,
and then he's got the fish and he's cooking the fish.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you stop at the train station as well?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah. So if you go back here now, after being in here, the guards are passed out complaining about some rancid fish.
Yeah, there's a soldier walking weird, saying he hasn't eaten anything yesterday because he has an upset stomach.
Yeah.
He's so hungry he can't even walk straight.
Yeah.
There's a soldier here that broke the mechanic's arm. The Balamb shop lady says she heard of somebody sleeping behind cars in the harbor. Yeah, so once I heard that, I went and checked behind the car, and I thought that's where the captain was going to be, but there's like a fucking invisible man back there. Did you go back here? No. I saw the draw point out in the water, which was confusing, but... Oh, okay. Well... So in the back of the harbor, there's a crouching soldier that says all he does is crouch all day and look for clues. Yeah. Some of them are Alone's possessions, and that's what he's looking for, some kind of scent for the dog to go by. Yeah. The other soldier was told to use the dog that's here to try to find Alone. Yeah, I think we got that, but now we can. But no, you're good because we can now put these things together because we now know that the captain smells like fish. Yes, and if you sneak behind those cars in the front of the harbor, there's a person back there. There's a voice to interact with them without being able to see them, and the voice mentions that we'll get nothing from Galbadian soldiers by giving them intel on Alone. Like it's a fucking scam. It's a ripoff. This fellow says that he'll give us money for info on Alone, unlike Galbadia. So this person is trying to pay it off. But he'll also give up some information on the captain for a price. And you can pay them money. Sell out the captain. I only paid for the bronze and the silver level of clue. The bronze clue is that this is the place where the captain used to sleep. He doesn't sleep here behind the cars anymore because the commander almost ran over him. And the silver clue is use the dog. So if you go back up and did you use the dog? No, I tried. I couldn't. So I found out what happened, but you have to go in Zell's house to be smelling like fish first.
That's why.
Oh, I see. So the cooking, the smoke.
Yeah. So you speak with the dog, and the dog will begin running, and then you follow the dog back into the train station.
I see. Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
The dog runs into the train and knocks some shit over, and then
there's like a crash.
Yeah, and then the captain comes running out. I was looking away when it came out. I couldn't tell if you could tell it was Raijin at this point in time.
You can.
Okay, so but somebody mentions that it was Raijin. So
in the video I watched of this, Squall went back to the train and heard someone say flower fields and he Grandmaster before returning to the hotel and seeing Raijin get uppercutted out of it.
Oh, okay. So I guess all you have to do is find him sleeping before that happens.
I guess. This was like a mystery to me.
Yeah. So maybe that's what you have to do before the whole fish thing comes up.
In my game, I went back to the hotel and the guard said the commander was pissed at the captain for slacking off. Raijin runs up saying he overslept, He asks if Fujin is really mad. The soldiers tell him she's furious, Chris. He begs the soldiers to help him out here. We've got to calm Fujin down, Zell then screams Raijin's name is our favorite music. Only a plank between one and perdition plays.
Starring Tom Hanks, yeah.
Did you get this?
This basically happened with me, but when I got there, Raijin was being booted out of the hotel doors, like in what you saw. Like he had gone in the hotel and gotten his ass kicked out back outside.
Raijin turns around and is like, hey, what are you doing here?
Yep.
Zell replies, we're here to liberate Balamb, which is funny. Zell gave him the
Yeah.
I mean, we're here to liberate Balamb.
Yeah, it's a pretty good gag right there.
Mm-hmm. Raijin bows and says Cypher told them to give us a whooping if they saw us. Raijin asks the soldiers for help, and then Force Your Way plays. In the battle, Zell, in dialogue, tells Raijin he'll pay for this. Raijin fights with the big staff. Oops, lightning magic heals him.
Yeah, I had Thunder Junction to my fists with Zell and kept healing him, so I had to.
I was very much hoping that Odin would show up and slice Raijin in half.
Yes. I scanned Raijin, by the way,
and
I forgot to make some choices, so I'm going to make them up now, and you're probably going to...
let's do it.
Gonna do it. Okay, so is it one of the following? Raijin, looking for a loan with Fujin, good at physical attacks, tries to act bossy around other soldiers. Or is it looking for a loan with Fujin, good at physical attacks, tries to act cool around other people? Or is it Raijin, looking for a loan with Fujin, good at physical attacks, tries to act hot around other people?
I'm gonna go with bossy.
That's incorrect.
Damn it. What's the
tries to act cool around other people.
Okay. Hot.
Yeah. Shit. I could have swore I did this already, but oh well. So yeah, he does actually is good at physical attacks. Like he hits pretty hard. Yeah, but it doesn't take too long to take him down.
After the battle,
yeah, Zell goes Super Saiyan.
He's ecstatic.
Yes, and shouts the commander is going to get a whooping too.
We go in that hotel.
Yeah, we run inside and confront Fujin. Zell tells her to pack her bags and get the hell out of here. Fujin, of course, says Raijin defeated.
I don't know why she's surprised.
Yeah, I absolutely. Like, has she not seen what's going on?
He's just not doing his job at all.
Zell says, that's right, baby. Now, where's Cypher and the Sorceress? You're all going down.
Zell's amped, dude. He's so excited.
Yeah, Squall tells Zell to calm down. Squall, an honorable man, I guess, asks Fujin if she's willing to flee.
Yeah, because she's on her own.
Yeah, despite being outnumbered. Fujin, of course, says, rage. Then Raijin comes back out of nowhere, out of the rafters, and says, Major, come back, I actually feel a lot better, I feel invincible,
Didn't somebody in the Beauty and the Beast unit was like a bird that flew around screaming rage all the time?
Yeah.
That's unfamiliar.
I don't know if it was rage, but yeah. As soon as you say Beauty and the Beast unit, like the imagery moves through my head too quickly to be able to hone in on one particular thing.
Fuck.
There's too much there.
The game's 13 years old. Yeah. So they look at each other and nod.
Yeah. Then Zell stretches.
Yeah. Force Your Way plays again.
Yeah.
Raijin says, time to get serious,
Yep.
Fujin cast Tornado. That's new.
Tornado, is that a version of the arrow spell?
I think so. Yeah. Also, Fujin, by the way, isn't that like wind-related term?
I think Raijin is... yeah.
Fujin was the wind god of Mortal Kombat 4. That's what I'm basing all this off of. I have no idea if that's even... I
think Raijin is...
Fucking shit. Fake Net, what do those names mean?
I'm pretty sure Raijin is closer to like...
Fake Net is Chris Wright.
Thunder Person or something.
Thunder Person.
Initializing Fake Net.
Fujin is the Japanese god of the wind and one of the eldest Shinto gods. Raijin is a god of lightning, thunder, and storms in Japanese mythology and the Shinto religion.
Man of Thunder. Okay,
Like
well,
a telephone version of Mad Max, Thunder Person. Chris, what's unique about Fujin?
she doesn't have very many HP.
She has a guardian force
She has a Guardian Force.
She has a guardian force.
you can take from her.
You can take from her.
You can take from her.
Pandemona, Chris, did you do this?
Yes.
Chris, you're making a face. Okay.
I did, but I was looking to see if I took the facts down, and I did not do that, so I'll have to do that later. I don't know why I didn't do that. I could have swore I did. Okay, fuck. Yeah, I definitely did draw that from her, so thank you.
Another missable guardian force.
Thank
and
you,
this
Fujin.
does confirm, like, this was hers from Garden, maybe, and we're taking it?
Yeah, question. How come no one does this to us?
That'd be a good... I mean, there... Some very interesting things do happen with guardian forces later, but
Yes.
it would be funny if you could lose them like cards.
Yes.
Had to go, like, fight them. Fujin also has Zan, which is her crossfire piece-ass weapon, and bowls it through the ground towards Squall.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
I got pretty fucked up by that and got a limit break with Squall and immediately dispatched her.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I did get the GF first, but yes, it was
I
pretty
can't
quick.
tell. There's like a bonus addendum to Squall's limit, and I think it's if you get a hit for every single pull.
I believe it doesn't necessarily have to be
Okay.
every single pull. It's just I believe it increases the chance, and there's like 3 or 4 different variations of that. The one I get the most often seems to be Fated Circle, where he shoots that big old huge arc of energy that hits the entire group. But that
Oh, the Fated Circle, of course.
yes, and that may only pop when there are more than one enemies. I think there's other ones for individuals, but hard to say.
Mid-battle, Fujin will say alone where.
Yes,
Who'd you kill first, Raijin or Fujin?
I killed Fujin first, but not before I scanned her.
Nice.
Is it one of the following, Eric? Is it looking for a loan under Cypher's command? Uses wind magic and attacks with a guardian force. Is it looking for a loan under Cypher's command? Uses wind magic and attacks with a pinwheel.
It's Guardian Force. I'm going to listen to the third one.
Or is it looking for a loan under Cypher's command? Uses wind magic and attacks with combos.
Yeah, give me those fucking dings. It's Guardian Force. It's goddamn handling Guardian Force.
It's not. It's
you
pin-
fucked up. God, Pinwheel,
it's
my
pin-
favorite Dark Souls.
It's pinwheel.
Okay.
That thing that she's throwing is called a pinwheel.
Well, your improvisational skills got me tonight.
Yeah, they're bad. My improvisational skills
You
are
subbed out
very,
one
very
noun,
bad.
dude.
Yeah,
It still worked.
I know. I feel very bad about not doing good ones for these
Sullied
fucking
the
main
fucking
characters. Can we
sanctity
fight
of
them
the
again?
game.
Do we need to fight them again?
I don't know. Probably not.
I hope so. I
You
want
took a Guardian Force. What more can you do to these people?
I'm gonna give a better fuck.
He's going to give a better fuck, folks. Well, I killed Raijin first, and he said, Fujin, they got me. You know.
Oh yeah,
I stole a mega elixir from Fujin.
cool. Mug that dude. When
That
Fujin,
lady, Chris.
oh yeah, when Raijin was almost dead, I decided just for good
Scan
measure.
him again?
No, just to use the brothers summon
Okay.
because I hadn't.
You know?
I had seen it, but I hadn't seen it in a
Have
while.
you used Tonberry yet?
No, I
Me
haven't.
neither.
And I use brothers, and it's hilarious because have you seen the brothers?
Don't they throw each other or something?
The large one picks up a huge section of the earth and throws it into the sky. And then they play paper, rock, scissors to see who has to go up and smash it with their horns.
Is it the same result every time?
Yeah, it seems like it's always the big dopey one. But this visual was very hilarious because we're fighting inside the hotel.
Right.
So they ripped the hotel apart.
Destroying this man's hotel.
threw it
He's
in
out
the
of
fucking
town.
sky. Yeah, it was great.
When you win, you get the Combat King 002.
I did. Yeah, what's that do?
You can read books.
You read books with Combat King?
Yeah, and you learn about new weapon upgrades.
Combat King?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Combat King is Zell's
Is it Zell's
fighting move. Yeah.
Zell's moves?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I was thinking weapons monthly.
Combat King is quarterly.
We're with the hotel. We're at the hotel lobby. I do like the idea of Zell reading fighting move books and deciding.
Yeah.
We're in the hotel lobby. Fujin is staring out the back window, and Raijin is holding onto his leg. Squall walks forward and asks if the two of them are taking orders from the sorceress. Fujin, it's a dumb question. Fujin turns around and responds, negative.
Yeah.
Raijin stands up and says the sorceress has nothing to do with it. They're acting on their own.
Why are you commanding her army?
Squall doesn't believe this shit.
Yeah.
Music, Trust Me, plays.
Yeah, Raijin starts vibrating.
Yeah.
He
gets
vibrates us into this new track.
the Zell vibrations.
Yes, and he says that we're on Cypher's side.
You know.
Squall tells them, that's up to you, but enough is enough. This isn't an internal garden conflict.
No shit.
Which is, Squall's basically saying, fucking
School rules don't matter anymore.
knock it off. And
Very leadership-like.
yeah,
I mean, he sounds like a nerd saying internal garden conflict.
Fujin and Raijin mention that they cannot back out now. Raijin says, quote, Cypher has a lot of followers on Twitter, but we're right. Cypher has a lot of followers, but we're all his only,
friends.
We're a posse, The Galbadian soldiers are only listening to Cypher because they fear the sorceress. So the sorceress has set up a very inefficient chain of command here because, she immediately elevated Cypher to this high position, and all the Galbadian soldiers are listening to him, and he's just fucking off doing whatever he wants, apparently.
Yeah.
And
you wanted to go decide raid Balamb out of spite?
Fucking child is in charge of everything. Zell makes a very good point. He says, if they're behind Cypher this much, then fucking just tell him to knock it off.
Yeah. If you have
Stop
his ear,
it. Stop doing this, Cypher.
Stop this nonsense.
You know what you're doing is fucked up. Stop it. And they kind of agree, too. Fujin and Raijin are like, yeah, you're...
Well, that's the thing. Fujin says affirmative, but Raijin says they ain't no sellouts. So are they contradicting each other? Because, affirmative says, to me, they'll go tell him. Raijin says, we're not telling him shit.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I don't know if that's agreement or if I just am reading that sentence incorrectly.
Yeah, that is interesting there. Squall asks them if they're against Garden now. And they kind of shrug at that. Squall knows we won't next time. He basically says, next time we see you, I'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I will kill you the next time I see you.
Yes. And then he has a thought as he kind of turns away. He says, I guess that's how it goes. That's what comrades are all about. So Squall gets a little bit of internal monologue here for his character development. He's thinking about what friends are like. Which is
if his friends would do this for him.
Yes.
Do you think they would?
I think Squall's friends would. Whether or not Squall would do it for them, I don't know.
That's what I think he's considering is my friends would clearly do this for me, but I wouldn't do it for them. Chris, quick question.
Yeah?
So we know in our podcast series about the bonds of sea and fire.
Mm-hmm.
Are Fujin and Raijin the bonds of wind and lightning?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes, got it.
And Cypher is the fire.
Any dialogue from your party here? I have Renoa. Selfie say anything?
Selfie says, hey, are you serious?
Renoa, actually, same thing. She asks Squall if he's just going to let him go.
Yeah.
And so I guess they want some blood.
They don't want to talk anymore. It's painful, though. Fujin calls Raijin a wimp and kicks him in the shin.
Yeah, they had the same animation occurred, I think, in the cafeteria when we first met them.
She then says, run. They both get the hell out of here. Selby says it's very sad, really. Squall says, friend or foe, it all comes down to circumstance. That's how we were raised. It's nothing special. Then he thinks, nothing special? Is that true? Then what is this I'm feeling? So when he says, we were raised, they're raised in Garden or before? And does Garden not teach independent thinking? If it doesn't, why are they all acting different?
Well, we know Garden doesn't.
But he does say that's how we were raised, right?
Yeah. Raised by Garden. They've been in Garden.
I'm just thinking it said how we and not I.
Yeah.
It implies they were, I guess Garden is like a,
like there are a lot of children there.
Yeah. I mean, it was
young children.
Like unaccompanied parentless children.
Yeah.
And Squall says, let's go.
This is reality.
And we're going to say, let's go to the next episode.
Let's go to the real net.
Initializing real net.
Hello. I don't know what this means, but I'm going to read it. Panda Pajama 17 says, smoking is more lethal than trained chicken. Oh, trained chicken. Chicken. I get it. Yeah, trained chicken.
Chicken. Great chicken.
Like we got to jump off the tracks or whatever.
Have we done that?
Didn't you rescue a kid from a train track or something?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking train versus train.
Shy Guy 32 says the big bad rascal is going to be the bonus boss.
Cash in your Nintendo coins to get the Big Bad Rascal DLC.
Shy Guy 32 says in speedrunning, this is a strategy. If you do enough screen transitions, Raijin will just show up. So
yes, you can wait him out if you can't figure out any of this stuff, but I didn't know that was actually faster.
Enter and leave the hotel screen 17 times.
Shit.
Yeah. Anonymore says Raijin is the thunder god.
Oh, yeah. That
Fujin is a wind god. Yeah.
I was like, we just killed gods, Chris.
Cal L says, I remember this with Pokemon Raichu. It's the evolution of Pikachu. There you go. That's how you remember it. Raichu.
That was an original 150. I'll acknowledge it.
Yes. Are you familiar with the Alolan variant?
Alone? Yeah, she's the girl we're looking for.
Alolan.
Alolan
variant of Raichu. It is a psychic and lightning type, and it surfs on its tail because it's from the islands.
Huh.
Also Raiden. Like Mortal Kombat's Raiden. Shotgun 32.
Yeah, that's Raiden, not Raiden. So you said it correctly.
Yeah. That's all for the RealNet. Thank you, RealNet, tonight for joining us tonight. Thank you, RealNet.
Thank you. Sorry.
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 Why are we apologizing right now?
Because I've messed the time up.
Oh, well, it happens. This episode is a production of Retrograde Amnesia, recorded on August 22nd, 2021. Thank you, Mark
Shepard,
for the intro music.
I think that's it. I think you got to end on top.
Find us on Twitter at Retro Amnesia Pod. If you like this podcast, tell your friends, spread the word.
Sepultura.
Support us on Patreon if you want to. Patreon.com/RetroAM. You can get bonus access. I'm really tired right now. Get early access, bonus episodes, mini-series, voting rights for our next series, and access to the real net on Discord. Thank you. Email us at podcast@retrogradeamnesia.com. And until next time, Eric.
If God was one of us, I would expect one of us to kill the one who is God.
Just a slob like one of us trying to make his way home?
It's a stranger on a bus.
You know Joan Osborne's from Louisville. Yeah, fun fact.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to her?
She's hanging out with Lisa Loeb.
Lisa Loeb has a children's album now. It's pretty good.
You know Scott Weiland had a fucking Christmas album?
And now you may go back to sleep.
You ever had just both your shoulders in the freezer trying to strip a wire and it's just as wide as your fucking body and you can't get it because there's no leverage and you've taken 3 showers today. Go ahead.
You've taken 3 showers?
Yeah. It's been a bad day.
Okay. Well, I think Star Ocean officially just won.
I'm SNES, your PS4, Switch.
Yes, I have it on Switch.
We need to make sure that those do line up like 75% of the way before we jump in on that.
Yeah, I mean, they have the same hour count, so I assume so. But I remember back when we had it on the poll for the Parasite Eve one, I checked into it, but I don't remember what my findings were.
I think looking at a fact for each one is a good way to see if... Hopefully the fan localization isn't one of those. It's from the 90s and has rampant homophobia and other stuff that was in fan translations from the 90s.
I know Tales of Fantasia had that.
Of course.
It's a good-ass looking game, though. I've checked it out before. It's really good looking on Super Nintendo. We're also joined by RealNet, a collective of patrons who are listening to us.
Fucking the RealNet, sir.
Fuck you, Eric.
Random chance, Chris.
You just go through your notes and I'll figure it out.
You sure?
Yep. Because
okay.
Yep. I can do this.
Give me your anger, snake! Let it boil to the surface! Let your fury flow freely! Anger begets anger! Come on! Show me your rage!
Yeah, he's talking about how they used to not let insiders in. It's been fine.
Outsiders in.
Which one is it, Eric?
You haven't read me the choices yet, Chris.
I know. I haven't even thought of them all yet. Hold on. Give me a second.
But have you ever been really fucking dirty?